So JVM is a Java virtual machine. So it's an abstract machine. So once you install Java, JVM by default it will be there. It's one of the machine inside the laptop. So this is used to run your programs. Basically, it provides a runtime environment for your Java bytecode will execute. So that's a JVM. And JVM performs 4 tasks. So what are the 4 tasks? Loads the code, verifies the code, executes the code, provides runtime environment. These 4 tasks are done by JVM at runtime. So what is the first task it will do? Loads the code into the JVM. So verifies the code. The code is correct or not, it will check. Executes the code. Bytecode stream one by one will execute. Provides a runtime environment. So these are the 4 tasks JVM performs. So what is the architecture? Okay, so you told 4 tasks it is performing. What task it will perform? How it is performing? So let's see. The internal architecture of JVM is, it consists of class loader, memory areas, then execution engine, Java native libraries. So these are all the components of a JVM. JVM machine inside all these components. Okay, so class loader. What is the responsibility of a class loader? First component of JVM. Then memory areas, second part. So memory areas, different memory areas are there. Class area, heap, stack, PC register, native method. These are all the memory areas. So each memory, one data, when the class is loaded, the data will go and store there in those memories. So we'll see which data will go and store in which memory in the coming classes we are going to see. But let's understand third component, execution engine. So what are all the components are there in this execution engine? We'll see. Then Java native libraries. Native libraries means all the Java code which is present there. Already, whatever the code they have developed, that code you can find it here. So that once you install Java, you will see a lot of Java code, right? All that Java code is Java native libraries. And then first one is, let's discuss first component, class loader component. So what is the responsibility of class loader? Class loader is a subsystem of JVM, which is used to load the class files. So whenever we run the Java program, it is loaded first by the class loader. Your dot class file, if you remember our first class, the code will be compiled. The compiled code will be in the dot class file. The dot class file is loaded into JVM by this class loader. So class loader will load the class files into JVM, and then it will go to respective memories later. See, this will load, class loader will load the class files, then data will go to the respective memory areas. But there are 3 built-in class loaders in Java. What are all those 3? Bootstrap class loader, extension class loader, system or application class loader. So what this Bootstrap class loader will do? So this is the first class loader, which is the super class of extension class loader. So it loads the rt.jar file, which contains all the class files of Java standard edition, like java.lang package classes, java.net package classes, java.util package classes, java.io package classes, java.sql package classes. All the standard edition topics will be available in this rt.jar file. Jar nothing but Java archive files. What is the jar abbreviation? Java archive files. So that means all this combinedly placed in this rt.jar file. So in this rt.jar file will be loaded by this Bootstrap class loader into JVM. So when this is loaded, you can use all these classes, all these package classes you can use in your programs. So that's the first rt.jar is loaded by Bootstrap class loader. And this is the super class of this extension class loader. Extension class loader is the child and Bootstrap class loader is the parent. Now Bootstrap class loader is the parent class loader of extension class loader or super class of extension class loader. So extension class loader is child class loader of Bootstrap and parent class loader of system class loader. So the extension class loader loads the jar files located inside this path. Java home means I told you C program files, Java JDK. That's a Java home path. Anywhere if you want Java home path. So $Java home means C program files, Java JDK. Then JRE, then lib, then ext directory, whatever the jar files are there, all will be loaded into JVM by this extension class loader. Let me show you Java home. Where is the Java home? So this is the Java home. So then Java home inside. So what he told, JRE. Where is the JRE here? So now in this JRE is not there. JRE, then lib, I think lib directly. So then we have ext. Now ext directory is also not here. So that is missing. Gmods. These are all the Gmod files, but we'll get a load. So this is also not that. So here you have all of them. Yeah, these are all the different packages: java.sql, java.security, java.net. So these are all the packages. These will be loaded by that extension class loader. So there's so many packages here. You can see that. So all these are loaded into JVM by this one. Then system or application class loader. This is the child class loader of extension class loader. It loads the class files from class path. So if your class is in the class path, then only that program will execute. If it is not in the class path, it won't execute. By default, class path is set to the current directory. So if you want, you can change the class path with the -cp command or -class path command. So you can switch between the directories. So it is also known as application class loader. These are the 3 class loaders available in JVM. So class loader responsibility just loads all the class files into JVM. And the memory areas, class area memory, heap, stack, program counter register, native method stack. I'll come back to this memory areas later. So once we understand a little bit, and I'll come back and I'll show you in this memory which data will store, and in this memory which data will store, in this memory which data will store. I'll explain you once we understand the basics of variable concept. And then we have a execution engine. The execution engine, we have 3 parts again: processor, interpreter, just-in-time compiler. So processor, it will process your instructions. Interpreter will read the bytecode stream, then execute the instructions one by one. The execution is done by interpreter. And just-in-time compiler will improve the performance of speed. So how fast you want to execute, the speed will be improved by this just-in-time compiler. So these are the 3 components inside the execution engine. So here you can find in this, we have a processor, interpreter, and just-in-time compiler. These 3 are available under this module. So basically this is going to take data from memories and executes the code, and also any native code you use, native code also will be taken from here and execute the code. So that is the this. So how it will execute the code. Then JNI, so this is another one which executes the so other applications, other systems it will connect, and the communication happens between the two different systems by this JNI interface. So that purpose you will use this JNI concept. And this is all the concepts in the JVM inside. So what are the components? Class loader, memory areas. So memory areas are class area, heap, stack, PC register, native method stack. And then we have execution engine. So native method stack and Java native libraries will be there. So this is the, again, we have, so one by one, you need to explain all these concepts. So just at least memory areas, you can ignore as of now, but you need to tell the names of memory areas when tomorrow I'm going to ask these things. But what is the class loader? How many types of class loaders are there? Execution engine, memory areas, need to explain. So that's the one JVM concept and JVM architecture. Next, what is JRE? So JRE is an acronym for Java Runtime, but now this JRE is not required from Java 9 onwards. So only JDK is going to be shown. So right, if I install JDK 11, so you are seeing only JDK 11. There is no JRE, right? If you see, only JDK is there. But till Java 8 only, you can see JDK and JRE 2 folders. But JDK 9, Java 9 version onward, you won't see. Yes, why you cannot see, I'll tell you that. So now understand what is JRE also. JRE is mainly Java runtime environment. It provides the runtime environment to run your programs. For running, you will use this JRE. But so it contains a set of library files and other files also in the JRE. So JRE means JVM plus set of library files and other files combination is called JRE. That's it. If you have JRE, you can run your program. And what is JDK? JDK means Java Development Kit. That's what we have now, Java Development Kit. But what is this JDK? JRE plus development tools. So that's why Java 9 onwards, JRE, they are not showing separately. This is binded together in the JDK inside itself, JRE is there. So you don't need to separately show JRE. That's why they are not showing JRE separately from Java 9 onwards. Till Java 8 only you have JRE, JDK separately. But later they combine and only JDK is there. So that's why they are not showing JRE, because it's part of JDK. Again, you don't need to show a separate, right? So, and this JDK is important if you want to do a development of your applications and your applets. If you want to develop, JDK is mandatory in your operating system, in your system, your computer. So it physically exists, right? It comes in many formats: Java Standard Edition format, Enterprise Edition format, Micro Edition format. These are the 3 editions I explained. Any of these 3 editions, the JDK is available. So Java Standard Edition, simple. Our automation purpose, you can use this. But any application development, if they want, they will go for the Enterprise Edition. Mobile application development purpose, they will go for the Micro Edition. So these are the editions of JDK, it will be available. So JDK contains private Java virtual machine and other tools like interpreter. Interpreter is a Java, compiler is Java C, archiver is Jar, documentation generator is Java Doc. So all this is available in the JDK. So this is all about JDK and so JRE and JVM means. So you have all the questions here. You can just check yourself, and every topic after you have a questions like this. So check yourself all these questions you are able to answer or not. Okay. So that's it about basics of